As a manufacturer, your business performance is the net sum of how efficiently employees transform raw materials into finished products that meet specified customer requirements. Given the dynamics inherent in manufacturing, you can improve your results by simply automating material and labor tracking to eliminate error-prone manual steps and get actionable information faster. By integrating material and labor tracking into a single solution, there's potential to boost your performance even higher. Infor Visual Barcode Transaction System, or BTS, can help you solve all these business problems and more. BTS is a quick and low-resource tool to create labor and inventory transactions. It is designed for use at a workstation with a barcode scanner attached or as a wireless handheld terminal. There are two components of BTS: an automated material tracking system and an automated labor tracking system. The Infor Visual Barcode Transaction System, or BTS, has a simple menu and interface. Material transactions are on the left and labor transactions are on the right. The automated material tracking system uses radio frequency barcode or RF technology to do many things, including recording the receipt of materials and instantly updating purchase order statuses, issuing raw materials to work orders, transferring inventory from location to location, scanning finished goods and instantly updating work orders, displaying production throughput, and tracking physical inventory and cycle counting. The automated labor tracking system uses RF barcode technology to do many things, including recording the accumulation of direct hours expended against specific work orders, entering quantity completed and deviated, recording indirect hours not specific to a work order, accessing reliable data about setup and run times for a specific operation, and charging labor to an indirect code. Let's look at how to complete a labor ticket transaction. This is the BTS menu viewed from a handheld wireless terminal or a computer workstation. From the BTS menu, select 1 for Clock In. Scan the employee ID to log into the system. Employee status can be verified by selecting menu item 8, then scanning the employee ID again to see that they are clocked into the default code Miscellaneous. From the BTS menu, select 3 for Start Run to clock the employee onto the work order. Scan the employee ID and then scan the operation of the work order from the work order traveler that the employee is going to work on. The employee can now track time against a work order. You can check the status from the BTS menu by selecting 8 for Employee Status and scanning the employee ID. The work order in operation that the employee is working on is displayed. You can scan an employee out of the BTS menu by selecting 5 for Stop Job and scanning the employee ID. BTS will ask for the quantity completed. In this example, the quantity completed is 40 and there were 0 deviations. Select Y for Yes to signal that the operation is completed. In the case where an employee has to clock out of a job, for example at the end of the day, and there are no completed quantities, select 5 for Stop Job from the BTS menu. Scan the employee's ID. Enter the work order. Enter the quantity completed as 0 and the quantity deviated as 0. Then select N for No to signal that the operation is not completed. The employee is now clocked out of the job. To check these transactions, go to the labor ticket entry window in Visual. Select the search icon by the Transaction ID field. Enter the letter T in the From date and also in the Through date so that only today's transactions are displayed. Double-clicking on the line brings up the transaction. This shows a quantity of 0 completed. The run is not complete, and there is a log of 0.10 elapsed hours. Now pull up today's transactions again. Find the one that has completed processes in it. This shows that there is a quantity of 40 completed, setup is complete, and run is complete, and there is a log of 0.56 elapsed hours. Now, let's look at a purchase receipt transaction. From the BTS menu, select A for Purchase Order Receipts. Using the scanner, scan the barcode for the purchase order. In this case, purchase order comes up as 87365. Scan the purchase order line. In this case, we select line 1. For the warehouse ID, either scan or type in the entry. In our example, the default warehouse is fine. Press Enter. From the purchase order, scan the quantity received. In this case, the quantity is 1,000. The transaction is successful. Let's do another. From the BTS menu, select A for Purchase Order Receipts. Using the scanner, scan the barcode for the purchase order. In this case, purchase order comes up as 7878787. Scan the purchase order line. In this case, we select line 1. For the warehouse ID, either scan or type in the entry. In our example, the default warehouse is fine. Press Enter. From the purchase order, scan the quantity received. In this case, the quantity is 150. The transaction is successful. We can then go into Visual to look at the purchase order receipts created. PO receipts 00109 and 00110 show the results of your BTS purchase receipt transactions. Issuing material to a work order. Let's see how BTS can issue material to a work order. As you can see here, there are no materials issued on this work order. Start BTS. From the BTS menu, select C for Issue to a Work Order. Using the scanner, scan the barcode on the pick list report. Users can choose a warehouse if needed. In this case, we will skip it. Enter the quantity issued. In this case, 50. The transaction is successful. For other materials on the work order, repeat the process. From the BTS menu, select C for Issue to a Work Order. Using the scanner, scan the barcode on the pick list report. Users can choose a warehouse if needed. Enter the quantity issued, in this case 800. The transaction is successful. Let's see what transactions BTS created. By opening the Inventory Transaction Entry window, it shows us that transactions 730 and 731 for the same quantities was issued with a BTS scan. We can then go back and check the work order. We can see that the material has now been issued to the work order. Completed work order receipt into inventory. From the BTS menu, select D for Received from a work order. Using the scanner, scan the work order ID from the traveler. For To Warehouse, type in where the finished goods go. In this case, type in Main. For To Location, type in First. Enter the quantity received, which is 39. The transaction is successful. To check this, go into the Inventory Transaction Entry window in Visual. Select the search icon by transaction ID and see that there is a receipt from a work order with a quantity of 39 units. Ship from a customer order. From the BTS menu, select E from Ship from a customer order. Using the scanner, scan the customer order ID. In this case, the scanner enters 1. For the warehouse ID, either scan or type in the entry. In our example, the default warehouse is good. Enter in the quantity shipped. In this case, we said 95. Visual shows us that there is 38 available. BTS asks us if we want to ship more than we actually have on hand. Answer Y for yes. The transaction is successful. You may want to add an additional line item from the order. From the BTS menu, select E for Ship from a customer order. Scan the customer order ID. In this case, the result is 2. For the warehouse ID, the default warehouse is good. Enter in the quantity shipped, which is 115. The order is shipped complete. To verify that the inventory transactions were completed in Visual, you see material was indeed shipped by printing packlist 50007. With BTS, you can track raw materials and labor in a single solution. From order to cash, you can improve business processes to better meet customer demands and improve your bottom line. This includes eliminating data entry errors, tracking inventory quickly and cost-effectively, optimizing warehouse operations by keeping inventory flowing smoothly between locations, scheduling resources efficiently using reliable inventory and labor data. It also allows you to design and print barcode labels grouped by categories such as raw materials, finished goods, trace lots, shipping, and receiving.